Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Straight up, big congrats to Maverick Joe for going 1-0 so far in the Legacy Prelim. Good luck for the rest. We're back tonight with Rainbow Depths, a deck that I haven't played in a little while and really wanted to play. It's pretty late here, but I just wanted to jam out a league, and I think Rainbow Depths is a pretty nice, fast way to do it. This is a pretty similar list to Tom Hep's original. It's pretty hard to make big changes to the list when you have such a masterfully crafted version of the deck. But I think some cards that have been printed since Tom last played and the metagame adapting a little bit, or changing I should say, has caused me to play two Boseiju, one main, one side. Really nice in this deck because you can find it with Sylvan Scrying. And then the other card is just Tower the Magistrate as just a nice easy way to get through Thopter tokens and similar effects. So pretty keen to see Tower. Also just a really nice way to stop Kaldra, which I think is great for depths, especially Naya depths, because in the D&T matchup, I find that something like a turn 1 Mum, turn 2 Stoneforge Kaldra really stops the ability for a depths player to build out your mana, get a Safekeeper line going, and then play the combo out with a bit of protection through Safekeeper. Kaldra means you kind of have to rush it a bit. So Tower's been pretty sweet. Hey Wiltron, welcome. The nice thing about a post-midnight stream is that I will be hitting a new part of the fan base, if you want to call it that. But yeah, welcome. Very cool to see you. Thank you for your support on YouTube, and to everyone else out there on YouTube. Hey John, hope you're well. Hope your furless cat is healthy and you're enjoying... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Tower's really nice. Like, Seed, like, I know that Seed Time has been getting... Seed Time? Not Seed Time. Seeds of Innocence has been seeing a lot of play in sideboards, which is a great way to deal with decks like 8cast, but I love to approach the matchup as just turbo depths and then just turbo tower. Don't really care what they're doing and just try to get there in this way. Hey Connor, very cool to see you. Yeah, I should I believe I said this last time and we didn't actually get to do it, but I'd love to do another 4-color loam video at some point with you 100%, because they're really fun. But yeah, stop doing say. Let's get into it. Let's just see how it goes. I have seen some pretty cool lists that have adopted Sylvan's Safekeeper in the main deck of this instead of Not of This World, which I think is really cool. But yeah, pretty happy to, as I haven't played too much with the deck recently, I'm pretty happy just to take pretty stock apologies, list and go from there. Yeah, so the nice thing about this version, Rainbow Depths, of a Depths deck in Legacy is it is fairly cheap. It is typically under $1,000, which is nice. The only thing is that you are pumping a bit of money into cards like Mana Confluence, which have gone up with Pioneer. I think they're around like, in Australia, they're around like $40 each. And then Gemstone Mines also around $30. So it is a cheap deck, but you're buying cards that don't go in too many other decks. You have decks like Dredge, and some sort of fringe decks, but it's cheap in the way that if you want to just buy a deck and stick with it, fantastic. But there's also the sense that if you buy a deck with a jewel, then you can play that jewel in another deck, which makes that deck cheaper. So yeah, cheap deck, pretty cool, pretty competitive. We'll see how it goes. Hey Wiltron, thanks for the Tier 1 sub. Too kind. Too kind. Why Mana Confluence over City Brass? City Brass can get tapped down with Rishdon Port, and then its owner still loses a life. Mana Confluence, otherwise, if it gets tapped down by Port, I don't lose a life. I think that's probably the big thing, and probably the only difference. But yeah, City Brass with the life being a trigger, I believe, can come up. I've definitely seen, I think maybe even John porting down a Dredge opponent with a City Brass in play. Or even they had like 2 City Brasses and he was able to like multiple port them down and kill them with their own City Brasses, which is pretty funny. Yeah, it's a very small thing, but it's something that I don't want to happen on stream, so I'm happy to play the Mana Confluences. But I assume if you don't want to play, if you don't want to buy City Brass or Mana Confluence in paper, you could play City Brass. I could stifle the. That is very true. You got me there. I could definitely stifle the City Brass trigger. Hey, GridGM, you're still up as well. What is this? Good to see you. Looking forward to Eternal Masters in Melbourne in a few weeks. Which, for those of you watching who don't know what it is, that is probably Australia's biggest Eternal event, which is cool. First time back from COVID, which is awesome. It's a weekend of Vintage, Pauper, Highlander, which is a 7-point Australian format, Singleton format, Legacy, and Modern this year, which is cool. Hey, Lemon Boy, too kind. I will get onto you in good times. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this little good luck Dukes. Too kind. Ah, too kind. Come on now. Classic. We're on gameplay. I think I'll be on Naya Depths. I think Naya Depths is a nice tournament deck because it can be pretty quick. Pyroblast I think is pretty good. So I think I'll be on that. I don't mind this hand because we have protection in Needle. We have some interaction in Bog if it's relevant. We have Sylvan Scrying, which is Thespian stage. We have Dark Depths in hand, fast mana. So pretty happy to keep this. I haven't played 8 Mulch. But it looks pretty cool because it looks competitive and it looks fun. 2 really nice things. Oof. Okay, well, thankfully we have the Needle here. Hey, Echo, welcome. Hope you're well as well. So this is going to be a little bit awkward if they do have like main deck Blood Moon effects, but otherwise we're looking pretty good. Let's plan out our turns. It's going to be turn 1 Needle off Gemstone Mine, and then draw Sylvan Scrying, probably off the Pedal or the Spirit Guide for stage. Play the stage. Because then if we draw Crop Rotation, we have Gemstone Mine or Pedal to cast Crop and still have Depths and Stage in play. Nice, Echo. I like it. I have played Bant Maverick. Oof. That's a yikes. Do we lose the gemstone here? Oh, okay. Now we got a plan. We play Dark Depths, it comes in with no counters on it, and then we scrying for Boseiju, and then we Boseiju the Blood Moon to then trigger the Dark Depths and win with the 2020. So we can pivot here, which is nice. Or we could just draw the Boseiju. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to show the Spirit Guide. Yeah, it must be really nice to draw the one-off Boseiju. We did have a line to get there, but obviously quite nice here to go for it. Oof. Okay. Painter is going to be interesting. I do like the extra Boseiju. I do like the forces. I don't mind Decay. Decay is definitely interesting. It's probably a mix of these 5. Luckily, Tom, being the generous man that he is, has a sideboard guide, which is a little bit old, but I think a lot of it still is relevant. Painter. 2 Decay. Apologies. Oof. Force. In this case, we have 2 forces, and we just take out 3 knots, 1 needle. I think I'm going to keep the needle just because of the grindstones. I'm just going to take out the 4 knots. I still like the Boseiju Bog in the deck because of the goblins. Step is still fine because they might try to... I guess they can Pyroblast Depths with Painter in play. Stifle can buy turns. Hand disruption's fine. It could just be Ghost Quarter, to be fair. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's very true as well. Okay, what do we got? Not too bad. Turn 1 Inquisition to maybe break up a combo. We have 1 piece, we have 2 pieces, and if we really need to, we have the green card for Force, so I think this is a fine hand. It is pretty heavy on mana, but I think that's okay. One of these will be going away for crop anyway. Nice. Cheers. Oh no, we have it again. We have depths into Force on their turn. Now this is hilarious. Have a think. Just in case they do have an answer here to Dark Depths or even the Force somehow, I think I might just pitch the crop rotation anyway because I want the green source. but it's pretty tough for them on a Mulder 5, and they've kind of gone all in on the Blood Moon, which is really tough. Hey, Greenham. Too kind. Hope you're doing well. That's a tough one for my opponent. Opponent taking it very well. And opponent saying, hi to all the viewers out there. So, big ups. Nice. All right. Nice. Yeah, just had a good night. Just got home and I thought, why not stream? Why not get out there and have a stream before bed? Hey Harry, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Oof. I don't think so. But I mean, depths off the top, scrying off the top. There's actually a lot of live draws. We have 4 depths, we have 4 crop, we have 4 sylvan scrying. We have protection in both Stifle and Not of This World, which is pretty crazy. Hey Crab Cake, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're going to keep this. I'm pretty keen to see how this plays out. Ooh. Yeah, I wish I knew that there was a prelim on. There's the crop. All right. Now the big question is, am I stifling this Misty or am I just going for the Hex Mage? This is actually a pretty interesting spot because obviously being on Rainbow Dapps, I'm just here to jam. Go for the kill? Yeah, I think so too as well. I kind of want to stifle the mist. Oh, it's tough. Because if I lose the Hex or if I don't get this crop rotation off, then I really have nothing. Oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be ninjas. I mean, I feel like this is a nice play because it gives us time to reload, hopefully. Okay. Urborg is probably the best draw. Yeah, so this is another matchup where the tower in the sideboard is really nice. Not just for Ornithopter, but also for Retrofit Foundry. But next turn we can play Urborg, crop away the mana confluence, get Dark Depths, then we have the 2 mana thanks to Urborg to stage, and then have Knotted Sword back up, which is pretty cool. So, I think just to play around Daze, again, the best draw is probably just a free mana piece, something like Elvish Spirit Guide or Lotus Petal. Probably Spirit Guide more because it's hidden. I didn't, because it's fine now, which is really interesting. I'm not sure if it was just like an update to OBS that I need to like restart the computer with or something similar. We also have Karakas in the board, so I can't crop for Karakas here, which hopefully is fine. Well, they find a force. Gemstone. I am just going to crop now. Yeah, I think I'd rather play into like a main deck Force Negation than play into like untap Brainstorm into blue card potentially for Force. But they have Force blue card. Okay. Jeez. Thoughtseize's not great here. I'd rather just have the life, to be fair. Yeah, just wanted to try out depths as well, and yeah, have a shorter stream, which Rainbow usually has compared to Naya depths. Yeah, definitely more time to think about considerations on your turns. Brainstorm. It's really depths here or bust. We could draw into crop. But it's going to be tough. This Eureka really putting on some nice damage. Strix. Okay. Natural depths would be nice because then I can also just Thoughtseize them as well. But that's a lot of flyers. Bog. Yeah, we take 6, and then we can only block 1 creature on the swing back. Ninjas is going to be a tricky one. Decay forces Karakas, Bog, Spirit Guide, Not as World, Stifle. That makes sense. They typically play Brazen Borrower, so there is a world where Safekeeper's pretty good. The needles are quite nice for Retrofitted Foundry, but I probably don't need all three. Just gonna double check. I don't think Ninjas plays Wasteland. I think their mana's just too tied up already. And they usually play back to basics, so yeah. I think I can drop a needle. Bog can come out. Yeah, I might go down on one knot and bring in the Sylvan. Tower! Tower! Oof. That was close. That was close. Yeah, I haven't run into Boseiju too much recently, which is... Oh, sorry, back to basics, which is really nice, but it's also tough that Boseiju is just a really good out for some of the cards that I like to run, like Sylvan Library. Okay. This has turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Scrying for Dark Depths Thoughtseize, and then we can Hexmage the turn after. I don't mind that. The Urborg really ties it all together, because then the Dark Depths can actually tap for mana as well, which is nice. Yeah, Red Prison's been on the uptick for sure. I know Menguchi went and double Brainstorm Engineer. That's gonna be fine. I wonder if I just pedal here and take the other one. I don't think so. I think what I want to see is my opponent maybe draw a Ponder and then tap out. Does that change things? I think I'm still happy to play Dark Depths this turn, because then I get to Dark Depths, get Dark Depths into play, and also Thoughtseize. I do get hit a little bit here if they find Daze. But I think the upside of getting sorry, the Dark Depths into play this turn is pretty big. Force, okay. It's just going to be retro here. And leave them with the Brainstorm. Pretty tough. The Brainstorm just makes the other Thoughtseize a little bit worse, but getting rid of that Foundry is quite nice. Fetch, then Brainstorm. Interesting. I cared about the Foundry because I wasn't sure if I was going to draw into the combo before they started getting Foundry going. But maybe that's an oversight. There's also a world where I should have just kept the Thoughtseize and then Thoughtseize the same turn that I cast the Hexmage. Because now if they play Engineer, on Vampire or Shaman, I can't actually combo off with the Hexmage. But I guess the Thoughtseize wouldn't have taken it anyway. So this is kind of acting like a Magus at the moment. Do have Abrupt Decay. Another Thoughtseize. I believe they just still have a land in hand. Prismatic Vista? No, they just used it. I think I'm going to keep the Thoughtseize so I can Thoughtseize before I draw into... because I want to draw into like a Sylvan Scrying or a Crop, potentially. And I want to Thoughtseize the turn that I get to cast it. Just to make sure that it actually doesn't get countered, because that's a game-winning one. Ah, the Changeling creature. Yeah, that was just a bit of a brain fart. Second depths. To be fair as well, I kind of just went against everything that I just said about keeping the Thoughtseize for a counterspell. Okay. I shouldn't have stopped there, because now I give them the thought of just holding back. No, they attack. Maybe they have Brazen Borrower? I'm going to crop here in case they draw into blue card or force. Nice. Ah, but now they can just use the creature to tap down depths. Tough. That Thoughtseize not taking it is pretty huge. Yeah. Tough. Oh, wow. What? Wow. Ah, sorry. I read this incorrectly. I thought it was tap down an untapped creature you control to tap down another creature, not give this flying. Okay. We kind of got out of that with a few pretty big mistakes, so I apologize for that. But, yeah, pretty happy to get there. Okay. I don't think that really changes anything. I just want to go ham. The plagues are definitely annoying, but them naming Shaman is quite nice because it means that they won't be able to turn off the Safekeeper. Yeah, opposition for 1 mana would be really good. Yeah, okay. Let's just take that part out. I'm gonna edit it out. Hey, Professor. Very nice to have you in chat. Hope you're doing well. It's pretty nice here. It's been raining for most of the week, raining most of the weekend, raining most of next week, so it's pretty good streaming weather. Alright, opponent, good luck. I kind of like this. It's got turn 2 Hex Mage. We have the Petal and Crop to find Dark Depths. We have Force and Decay if needed. Probably just like some more mana, potentially. Like, I wouldn't mind getting some sort of rainbow land. Haven't seen rain in weeks. Yikes. Hopefully you get some soon. Have I noticed more janky decks in leagues? No. Janky decks. I've played against a fair amount of meta decks recently, I think. Yeah. There's the Rainbow Land. Nice. I don't want to play out Hexmage just yet. Yeah, it'll be interesting because I do think that something has to happen to Blue-Red Delver. But I think once that happens, I think the deck's going to be in a while for there. Man plays Maverick for fun and you ask him about jank. Damn, Shark sucks. Damn. Fair, but harsh. That one got me. Yeah, one deck I will say that has dropped off, or at least I have not seen it, is Doomsday. And I'm not too sure why. Waiting to pay costs. Oh, Strix is fine. I think in response to the Thopter here, I'm just going to go for taking out these because they can sack this for free to get a 4/4. Interesting. Scrying. Okay. So we can play Stage here and go for Crop. No, we can't because we don't have a land. We can't actually Crop if we play Stage into the combo because then the Dark Depths comes into play. Yeah, so if we play Stage here and then float a black, float a green, Crop rotate, we have a black floating, we Crop away the Urborg as the only other land we have, we get Dark Depths but then can't tap that for mana. So we can't go for Crop rotation here, we have to go for Hexmage into Crop. Which means I probably just want to get rid of the Gemstone Mine, but I also like the Mine because it gives us access to Sylvan Scrying. So I think it's going to be the Stage that we throw away to Crop. Yeah, Sneak and Show... sorry. Sneak and Show is a rough matchup, Maverick Joe. especially for Bant Mav. I guess you have some nice tools, and Meddling Mage is nice, especially in Sneak, being a namesake deck. But it's tough because it just doesn't line up that well against the rest of the format, which is tough. I thought with Prismatic Ending entering the format, I thought it would have done a bit better. I thought Prismatic Ending would have kind of brought a bunch of... Ooh, are they going to ninjutsu here? They are. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't get Tower or Scry next turn unless we draw a free spell. But we can get there. We can draw a free mana here. We can do it. Oof. I feel like I attack here. Tough. Maybe there's a world where I could have played the Gemstone last turn, sack the Urborg to crop, and then it would have allowed us to... No, we still wouldn't have had the extra mana for scrying to get a land into play this turn to actually do something. I'm going to hold the scrying here. Because if they deal with the Lage, I want to hold this for the combo again. I don't want to go for something like a tower or a protection spell with the scrying unless we know the 2020 is sticking around. I can't get step and play it the same turn, unfortunately, because I need the second mana. So I want to see a Strix here. Okay. Have you tried the Mono Black Dark Depths? I haven't, but it seems pretty cool. I played Mono Black Depths in a vintage tournament before, which is pretty cool. Got to play Rite of Consumption, and there's another pretty sweet card. I feel like if they're fetching here, they might have Brazen Borrower. They played the Otawara. What's their plan here? This is a servo, so they can get a flying artifact creature. So what we can do is play the pedal to play around Daze, scrying. Oh, they have the force? Crazy. Because what we could do is get Tower the Magistrate and then just get through. But I'm pretty cool to have, pretty happy to make them have it. They played this, which means, to me that makes me feel like they have another answer in hand. I'm also going to hold this. I think this is better as unknown information. I think we can do a lot of 3 mana. My MTGO pet peeve is people tapping their lands before they click the spell to cast it. My MTGO pet peeve is Delver. It's Delver. That's it. That's it. Alright, another changeling. Yes! Come on. Oh, good, it's there. I probably should have actually... That was actually incorrect. I should have made them tap the Retrofitter Foundry first and then cropped, in case their last card is Brazen Borrower, because then I can beat Borrower and Changing Outcast. That was definitely an incorrect play. Do not do that. You should wait for them to put the mana into it and then crop. Alright. I mean, that's a really nice showing of Tower of the Magistrate and how it can get you out of some pretty sticky situations. But yeah, definitely just some sequencing there from me was incorrect. But hey, we're playing Rainbow Depths and Legacy, so we're pretty happy. Oh, nearly, Rock. Let me help you out there. There we go. You've never played Depths? Have you ever played Depths in Loam? I don't think I've actually ever seen a 4-color Loam deck play. I think the mana's just too tight to have those lands in there. I would assume. Yeah. Hey Ford, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. So the first servo from Retrofitter Foundry is a non-flyer, but because they have a changeling in play, they can sack what they already have as a servo that they usually create off it the first time, so they can kind of jump ahead. They can actually jump ahead and create a 4/4 if they want, but pretty sweet for you to get there. Yeah, great hand. I mean, we have turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Hexmage, and then just play Dark Depths, so... And then we have ways to get back into it anyway with Crop and Sylvan Scrying. But this is most likely going to be a combo deck if it's going to be Ponder off Underground Sea, so... Might not even have the time to do that. Oh, they chose to not shuffle. Well, now we have the option of just going for Hexmage and playing Dark Depths out. This is actually pretty tough, because part of me wants to play the slower route of Inquisition. But to be fair, what did we say before? We're playing Depths because we just want to jam. So I think we're just jamming. If they can win on turn 2, they can win on turn 2. Probably could have kept the Dark Depths for the last bit. Just to not show it. Like, it's not going to, like, play around days or anything, so there's probably no point playing the Depths first. Oh. No. Please don't be like a Brazen Borrower deck. Oh, Sudden Edict? Yikes. Well, I guess the Inquisition would have helped. Look, that is my own fault. Strix, I think, here. Iteration's also so strong. Maybe it's actually Iteration. Iterations draw 2. Yep, I like taking iteration. I could have also scryinged for... No, I was going to say scrying for Urborg, but I think I'd rather just keep these for literally the 2 combo pieces again. They're brainstorm locked, which is nice. Thoughtseize. There is a world where I'm supposed to just go for Urborg because I kind of want to not lose my gemstone mine. And then the crop can be, like, once I draw into Thespian or Dark Depths, I can just go and get the other one with crop. Oh my gosh. White mana. What are you doing, mate? I don't really care about the second Strix because Step is just going to answer both. These kind of do the same thing as well. Narset gets them out of a Brainstorm lock, but so does the other Brainstorm. I can't really beat like a Days Undoing line because I'll have both of these, so I think I'm just going to take the Brainstorm. But Narset's definitely tempting. Because Narset is still 2 cards. But I do have like Hex Mage as a live draw for Narset, but at the same time if I draw Hex Mage, I just want to crop for Dark Depths. Nothing. Okay. That actually makes sense. Does this mean they drew Days Undoing? No. Interesting they tapped this. Because if they find Brainstorm off that, then it's pretty tough. I'm almost tempted to play a Spirit Guide. But, oh, I can't take that back? Yeah, I can. I'm just trying to think if I... No, I don't, because I think if I draw into Sylvan Scrying, then I can Sylvan Scrying off the 2 Spirit Guides, play... I get Dark Depths, because then I can float... Yeah, because then I can float the mana off Urborg and Dark Depths before I crop away for Stage. If I do it the other way, I can't tap the Dark Depths that I get off crop for mana to go off. So I have to probably keep both of these in hand for now. And just hope that scryings at the top, and my opponent has force, so that's a little bit tough, but maybe next turn, if we get it. Days Undoing is definitely a big one. Another Narset. Ugh. Well, that's a stage. I could have taken the Narset. I felt like the draw a card was already met with Hull Breacher, so there's no point taking it there. It is 2 cards, but Brainstorm's also just so good because it actually gets rid of cards that you don't want. But yeah, there's definitely consideration for Narset. The question here is if I allow them to untap, then they can hold up Hardcast Force. I assume they play Expressive Iteration before they play a land, so I can still crop in response to Expressive Iteration. I think I'm okay with that. But it's looking pretty grim. We know they have a Force blue card. Oof, yikes. Grixis. Grixis is going to be tough. Flusters don't do much, especially if they're on Sudden Edict. I don't mind the decays. Tower does get through Baleful Strix. Safekeeper's not too bad, even to play around the Sudden Edict effects. I think the Ghost Quarter can come out. I can drop down on Needle. Even like, I probably just don't even need the Needles, to be fair. I'm going to assume they're not on Wasteland, they're not on Caracas, and like Needle on Narset isn't a great play. Flust is interesting, but maybe not. Why is Safekeeper good? It's a creature to put on the field to play around Sudden Edict. And it also can protect things like Hexmage from effects like Bolt. It's also just a creature that could potentially take out a Narset if it's on 1. I also don't know if Grixis plays like any sort of bounce effects, but I assume Sudden Edict is the main one. So trying to get like a few creatures in play is a nice way to play around Sudden Edict. I'm just going to go with that. Yeah, going wide with the Edict. So, making it not so Edict is always just hitting Marit Lage. This is kind of nice. It has a lot of hand disruption into crop for one piece, scrying for the other. Wow. Aggressive. Especially getting rid of a expressive iteration. They must have something really good they're trying to protect. This is fine because both pieces are kind of just all the same thing. I think you take just the Sylvan Scrying here because the crop is me losing a card and replacing it. They take the crop. Interesting. All right. Just don't draw Brainstorm. Ooh. I'm definitely not playing the Hex Mage out until we have the Dark Depths in play. But I'm not sure if I want to Thoughtseize here and then Scrying for Dark Depths. Or Scrying for Dark Depths pass, and then next turn we have 4 mana. 2 to cast Hex Mage, 1 for Thoughtseize, 1 left over. Thoughtseize taking out a Narset would be nice, like a 3 mana spell. I can't really play around Sudden Edict, so I think I do just Thoughtseize here. Just in case they have a removal spell for the Scrying. I could potentially Scrying first, get Dark Depths, play Dark Depths, tap that for black mana. But then if they have a counterspell for the Sylvan Scrying, I lose out on Dark Depths. So I think it's safer to play the Thoughtseize first. Hull Breacher. Land. I don't need to lose a life either. I can tap it for black. Chose to shuffle, which is nice for us. This is also really nice as a backup play in case they have like a Strix. But I mean, they had, what, 3 lands in play, so... Nice. Interesting that they forced pitching... Yeah, so they had 3 lands, 2 expressive iterations, Thoughtseize, Force Negation, and they forced the turn 1 Thoughtseize, pitching in an expressive iteration. So they must have been scared of me taking the Thoughtseize? Which is pretty tough, because then it leaves them with no gas. The iterations themselves are great ways to come back from a Thoughtseize. But hey, I don't play Grixis, so... Yeah, opponent also just saying that, but I think it's also a case of potentially the EIs don't give you enough time to set up a combo. So I think that maybe... Yeah, opponent saying if your discard resolves, do you def take the Thoughtseize? And I think I do. I think the Boseiju is pretty sweet. This is probably the card that I'm thinking of the most. I guess Fluster's also quite nice against hand disruption. I actually don't mind playing around with Fluster here, even against things like Expressive Iteration. Yeah, it's quite nice. Like, opponent here being pretty cool about, like, just... Like, maybe I shouldn't have forced the discard spell. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, it's a great way to get back. And then just saying that, like... at the same time, like... You might just not have had the time with the 2 EIs in hand before I could combo off, because I am playing a pretty fast version of the deck. It might just be a Stifle. It might just be a Stifle here. I'm going to do a knot. There we go. We got it. Okay. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, and we have double crop. We have a red source as well. Sorry, a green source. This is a pretty lackluster hand. It's really up to the crops. But I think this is going to be a mulligan. It doesn't really have a great plan. I currently only have green source in Elvish Spirit Guide. Yeah. Okay. Probably happy to keep this and bottom 1 depths. Okay. What if we go for Confluence, Exile, Scrying, Force Pitch, Dress Down. Okay. Yeah, Questions More Than Salt is really nice. Stage. We are setting the stage, some might say. That was what I call a 1:46 AM joke. So if you guys are here for the humor, you're not gonna have a great time. Oh, opponent getting basics here. This could just be Blood Moon. It's not Blood Moon. C-, thanks John. Vampire. Okay. I guess my opponent isn't a fan of the Twilight series. We're just gonna play Stage and Pass. Yeah. Thanks, Rain. Too kind. Oof. Do I care? Do I care? Let's have a quick look. Honestly, I don't think so. The only thing I could do is crop here for Dark Depths and then have a second one in hand in case when I combo off they have an answer to it. I then have a backup Dark Depths and then can hopefully draw into another piece. I don't mind that. They only have 2 cards in hand as well. And seeing that we have the Urborg, I don't really care about having that Gemstone Mine anyway. But they did keep a 7. And I think that's because it has to be more than just the Thoughtseize, surely. And I think here I'm going for it. Like, I'd rather just make them have it and at least get rid of one sudden edict. I could try to draw into a creature, but it's pretty tough. Oof. All right. Not too bad. I think, yeah, because even there, I think the only way to play around Sudden Edict to an extent is have a be on like a green-black version with a Dried Arbor as a fetch target and have my opponent not respond to the fetch. Strix is fine, we have the step for that. Still a few good outs. Opponent not with a big clock either. They know about these two, so I'm going to play the Gemstone. I don't want to attack him with the Safekeeper either. I don't care about the Strix because of the steps, so I don't really want to trade. And I also like having the Safekeeper to play around. Narset, okay. Brainstorm's pretty solid. My opponent probably thinking about crop rotation potentially. But I think if you're not attacking, like, you're not really winning the game, so... Alright, deck. Oof. Rough. We can attack the Narset. The question is, are cards in hand better than on the field? I think just because of the Safekeeper, I don't mind playing the Mana Complements out. But Plague Engineer has been a pretty tough one to deal with. Interesting, holding back the Strix. Potentially for Narset protection? No, because they have this. Oof. Okay, okay. Ooh, did we take out both Boseijus? Yes. That is A-okay. Opponent does have 7 cards in hand, 8 next turn, but they only have so much mana to play with. Oof. Yeah, scrying for steps going to be my way through the Strix. Alright, well hopefully they just think that the Baleful Strixes by themselves are going to be enough. I guess they could have Bolt? To be fair as well, if they attack with the Strix, then I'm going to put them on Bolt, which means I will block. Opponent really digging for something. Oof. They don't Thoughtseize. Wow. I guess they are holding up 2 mana, but... Okay. Ah! No. That's all good. Come on, deck. All right, what does Ponder do? Taking some time. I think this is going to be a keep. Oof. All right. Yeah, I definitely didn't need to use the mana grid. That's yeah. I should have been taking my life total into consideration because it does come into play. Oh, they're Narsetting. Okay. It's actually going to be the difference because they can attack for 2 and then they can block with the Strix and then Plague Engineer just finishes it. So I have to draw live here. Oh no, they put me to 3 here because they can't attack with the Strix. Oh, not good enough. If they Narset, I'm going to stifle it. Oh. What do they find? Days Undoing. Okay. They're really digging here. Surgical out these. Okay. That seems like they have a Strix potentially. Fetch for Days Undoing? Oh my gosh. Here it is. This is it. This is it. Wow, they're going to Surgical Brainstorm to potentially shuffle? And then Brainstorm again, but with 1 mana. What can they find? Is it Bolt? They have 1 Bolt left. He said he has 1 Bolt left. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, they drew the edict. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Yes, what a game. Oh my gosh. That's the magic that I love. That is the magic that I love. Wow. Rough. But Rainbow's back. That was a really cool match. That was probably one of my favorite matches of 2022. A lot of back and forth. Opponent obviously whiffed pretty hard there. 2 Brainstorms, Narset, and Days Undoing. Trophy would be cool, but I would also like to win game 4 first, and then win game 5, and then potentially look at getting a trophy. I believe this should be in here. I'll put it up for you guys. Damn, Maverick Joe. Too kind. Too kind. A huge thank you. A huge thank you. Too good. Too good. How did you end up in the prelim, Joe? And a huge thank you. A huge thank you. Welcome, Soft, Kuhn, Knight, Yokel, Bookish Matt. Hey, Matt. Prophet, Chill, Lap, Cam. Welcome to the team. A huge thank you to Maverick Joe. Number one fan. Number 1 fan. Oh, I got it. That was I did not expect to get that game. I think this is just a little bit too tough on mana. Turn 1, Thoughtseize. Turn 2, Scrying for probably Urborg. And then we can try to go off that way, but definitely tough. Oh, wrong screen. Apologies. There we go. I think I'm going to mull this hand. I just want to have a little bit better of a mana base. Be Delver twice so far? Nice. Very cool to hear. Look, it's not that great. We do have 1 piece of the combo and protection in both of these spells. I don't really want to keep going down. And I think here the Knot of this World is what I want to take out. I feel like Needle is just a little bit more proactive and also cheaper. The Knot of this World could just be sitting in my hand for a little bit too long. Ooh. Well, now I'm pretty happy to actually try to get my opponent here. Okay, what do I care about? I think what I'm actually going to do here is once this resolves, is Spirit Guide out Needle, make them respond with the Misty, stifle it, and then name Wasteland with Needle. Hey Jide, too kind. Too kind. There is not an official Green Suns Discord, but there is a Doogs Discord about to launch potentially. I don't really have a need for one, but I think that the Maverick Discord is like a really good Discord for Maverick related stuff, and also the lands one for depths and lands topics. So I don't have one. This is actually pretty tough. I think it's just the iteration here. They lose this. They then have the Volker's mana. Yeah. Exile this. Cast Needle. They need to respond. Or else we just name Misty. Oh, really? I think I'd still name Wasteland. I think it's still correct to name Wasteland and just hold up this this Stifle for the Misty. All right. Yeah, I think that this just naming Wasteland, answering 4 ways for them to deal with Dark Depths is just too good to pass up. I think a land off the top is exactly what I want. Nice, and a green land as well is really good. So now I have mana to scrying. And I can also just hold up the Stifle here. The big question is, Sylvan Scrying is going to reward me for being patient, because if I draw into Dark Depths, I know to scrying for stage. If I draw into stage, I know to scrying for Dark Depths. But I think here, to make use of my mana, I'm going to scrying for Dark Depths, because then both Hexmage and Thespian Stage are online, and I'm just a little bit faster in my mana. So I think that it's probably best to just scrying here for Dark Depths instead of like trying to wait for one piece of the combo to come to me. It also then turns on crop rotation next turn as well, being online, which is pretty cool. Interesting, they brainstormed but didn't fetch. This feels like a daze, potentially? Okay. Which is scary because 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can cast Murktide this turn. They go for Narset though. Interesting. I would have been tempted to Murktide. Murktide's 7, right? Yeah. They found a Ponder. Force. Okay. Hey, thanks, Grid. All the best. Have a nice weekend. Sleep well, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I guess they could like Brazen Borrow with a Pithing Needle potentially. Okay. Happy just to name Wasteland again. Mainly for that reason. and then just keep the gemstone as an unknown. But they have a 3-turn clock here, which is pretty scary. And we know they have force, so crop or scrying aren't really outs. No shuff. Yikes. I'll play this in case of double days, but I don't think they have double days. They just have the force. Yep. And then I think we're just dead because we can block here, but if these flip, then I don't think we don't have enough blockers on the swing back anyway. Yeah. Tough. Just too slow. Way too slow. Okay. I like the free mana. Needles are still fine. I could see myself dropping one. What do we want? We definitely want the decays. Not sure on Fluster. If only we had a sideboard guide by the Mr. Tom. Flusters and decays, out Reclaimer, Elvish Spirit Guide, 3 knots. I guess Fluster does protect as well, which is nice. I don't mind keeping Reclaimer in, especially as a 3/4. It also allows us to get the combo and kind of play around any sort of counter magic. Stifles do save us from Wasteland, which is kind of nice. I could see the like a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize can be pretty rough. I wouldn't assume they bring in End the Festivities, but that's definitely a card to think about when thinking of Sylvan Safekeeper. Like, I think most of the times when you're playing out a Hexmage, you're just going to be using it the same turn, so I don't think End is a great way to answer Hexmage by itself. Boseiju is definitely a card I could consider cutting here. Maybe like 1 knot. 1 more knot isn't too bad. Mainly for bounce effects. I think that's okay. Just have some interaction is nice. This is a pretty mana heavy hand. It does have one piece of the combo to an extent with Crop. I don't mind this. Like, making land drops against Delve is quite nice. Having early removal for the first threat, and then Fluster to keep up against any counter magic on the Crop is quite nice. But I could see this being a mulligan. Like, one more land, like one more rainbow land is pretty bad here, but I think I'm happy just to probably leave in the Gemstone Mine. There is a world where it's best to lead on the Urborg, because the sequence of Urborg, draw stage, play stage, draw depths, play depths is just the natural combo. So by playing the Gemstone Mine, I do put that back a turn. But at the same time, I'm pretty happy with that, because that allows me to hold up Flusterstorm or Crop if needed. I could like Crop for Wasteland if they have a Wasteland. Sorry, Crop for Ghost Quarter if they have a Wasteland on their side. And then start the interaction of Ghost Quarter Wasteland. They then have to use the Wasteland on, say, Dark Depths, and then I combo off. I think the question for me is if they did go for turn 1 wasted on this gemstone mine, would I use the crop? And I don't think I would. Okay. See how aggressive they are here. They might brainstorm in response to the trigger. They just let it slide. They hit a bolt. Okay. They didn't play a DRC there, and I think they would if they had one in main phase 1. So I am just going to take them off this Delver right now. Just to keep any sort of pressure off the board. Wow, nothing. And there's that rainbow land that I was talking about that I don't really want to be seeing. I assume it's just an end-step brainstorm, or if it's not, I mean, that's a full turn cycle where they've done nothing, which you don't usually see from Delver, so it makes sense to see a brainstorm here. I got your gel. There you go. Hey Eli, welcome. I don't think I'm in a position where I can fluster this. I think I really just have to draw into one piece of the combo and then either use fluster to protect crop or use fluster to protect the token. I think if I use my fluster storm there, they're just going to have another way to gain some sort of card advantage. And then my crop's pretty open to any sort of interaction. Delver. It's not too bad. Just buy some time against the Murktide, which is quite nice. That's very true, like, yeah, being able to fluster both Force and also EI there is nice. And I think if I did crop there, I'd probably go for the Dark Depths because it turns on both Hexmage and Stage. I'm just trying to draw into one piece so that I can know what I need to crop with know what I need to crop for. But if they start playing like another 1-drop here, then I might be incentivized to maybe just go for Dark Depths. Yeah. But yeah, the Flusterstorm play there on Force would be very cool. I didn't think of that, getting both spells. We'll give it one more draw. There we go. I think this is okay. I want to see them put mana into it first. I'll let the DRC trigger resolve first. Now the question is, do I play around Wasteland as well? And just make the 2020 now? I think I kind of have to. Yeah. Do you need like a step off the top to get through the Delver? Potentially even a step won't do it if they turn on the DRC as well. Hey, look at boring. Yeah, it's currently 2:20 a.m., but I felt like a fast stream, and Rainbow Depths gives me that option. Just a pass. Come on, live draw. Here we go. Ooh. Well, this is going to be fine. Come on, deck. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of lists split like between Brazen Borrower and Submerge. They did shuffle in the Ponder, which is nice for us. Yeah, I guess there's a world as well. I think being able to hit the EI with Fluster and like a counterspell is just too good. Okay, they're digging, which is nice for us. Luckily, this deck doesn't play Forest either, so the Submerge would have to be a hard cast. I'm going to turn the stage into the Mystic Sanctuary. So if I draw like Stifle, I don't have to use Gemstone, Petal, or the Confluence for it. Oof, there we go. Have to force this. There it is. And I guess we're just sixing here. This makes me think they have another Brazen Borrower. Because surely they're not just brainstorming for a Murktide. There's no way to really like block and also deal 17 to me over a few turns. Unless it's like double Murktide. And then DRC post-combat that doesn't attack. Like Murktide, you have one massive Murktide then. You can block with the smaller one, you can attack with the bigger one. You can then play a DRC that has flying. Tough for sure. Big brainstorm, looks like. All right, here's Murktide. All right. Maybe there is a world where it all comes together. Hexmage has a pretty cool interaction in this matchup where we can actually take out the counters on the Murktide. Wow, they forced that going down to 0 cards, but they know the cards from Brainstorm. They flip a Bolt. Yeah, I mean, now they can attack with the Murktide. And we know that they have the Bolt, so we can't really attack next turn unless we have Step. Needle doesn't do anything here, but we will name Wasteland. And then we have to just pass back. Yeah, it's very true. If this is their line, then they have to just allow it. I think I keep this for if I draw into Sylvan Scrying. I think most things they would have cast already or can just react at instant speed with, obviously, we know about Bolt. Wow. Do they just have double Bolt? Tough. Rough. Tough. Not much to say. Not much to say. Hopefully we can finish on a 4-1. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, played some cool matches tonight. That Grixis match was definitely MVP. Pretty sweet, sweet game to grind through, as any sort of matchup against Grixis is. Currently battling Blue-White Control. Nice, that's cool. Maybe they bolt there in my upkeep to play around like another Fluster? Surely they had the mana for that. Deck's been sweet though. Like I really love this. How it's obviously all pretty much play sets of cards, which is very cool. Tower's been clutched tonight. Really nice against ninjas. and also Baleful Strix decks. Hello, John. The end boss. I don't think this is a keep. There's no green sources. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's so tough because there is a few good green sources to come. Look at this, telling me he's on red, which is nice because we have the Inquisition, but I think there is a better hand that actually has green mana. This is probably it. Bottoming the Boseiju Bog? Don't really need the knot. Bog is a land at least that I could potentially crop away. Yeah, I think if we see Magus and Blood Moon, we just take the Magus because at least we can deal with Blood Moon through Boseiju, hopefully. Okay. Urborg. Moon's going to be rough, especially because we don't have great ways to find green mana. The crop rotation itself can't really get anything because we don't have a basic, of course. We can stage a mountain in response, that's true. I think it's just going to be Bog Pass. Look, there is a world where they don't play Ancient Tomb here. All right. Well, there's a world where they don't play the Blood Moon. All right. John has seen the line. Yeah, I think I might just crop here for Moon and then hope, because then we can try to just draw into Boseiju, green card. Like green mana. And then something else. Ah, my bad. Yeah, float and then... Yep, that was a mistake. We're all good. Yeah, like we have to draw into the one of Boseiju and then a green source, or a green source Sylvan Scrying and then a green source as well. But it definitely could be something that comes up. But hopefully here John finds just like a goblin and can kill us pretty quick. Nice. Look at John. Look at John just saying, you know what, you made a mistake, you wouldn't have made it. If you do end up having the Boseiju at some point, I'll just concede. That's just John in a nutshell. I don't think I actually have an out. Especially with the war boss coming down, it would take a pretty fantastic draw. But here, we like the Boseiju, we like the decays, we like the forces. That's going to be it. The needles are probably okay. I can take out the Ghost Quarter. Most likely Sajiri Step, but there is a world where I just want the mana. The Not of This World are probably irrelevant. Well, that's actually it, so it might just be a needle. Ah, Dead Gone? That's interesting. Yeah, Stifle's not the greatest either. I guess you can stifle a Chrome Mox. Can stifle a Walker effect. But that's about it. It might just be like 2 knots, just in case they are playing dead. Chandra ult. See how this goes. It really depends on the disruption pieces like this. But otherwise this hand is pretty slow, so I'm actually not going to keep this. Really, we just want to be quick off the mark. This is not it either. But at least one thing that I like about this deck is you have 3 cards. You have Dark Depths, you have Hexmage, you have Urborg. So that's the combo. So you have 3 cards there. So anything on top of that is gravy. So a good 5 or a great 5 would be like Force, green card, and those 3. Pretty close. I mean, this is just a turn 1 Hexmage. And Depths. Keep. Bottom. Bottom. We just make it like there is a world where they draw into turn 1 bridge would stop this, but then we can keep the scrying for Boseiju. My only question is there any reason to wait on making the token, or can I just make the token and pass? I think I'm just gonna make it and pass. Like, they could have Dead Gone, but then that's just it, so. At least, you know, if John beats this, we have a good Twitter story, so. I guess turn 1 bridge is the reason to wait, because then you do get the answer. Oh no, what are you doing, John? John. John. Oh no. Oh no, he has some bad news. He has some bad news. Isn't Dead Gone 1 mana or 3 mana? Oh no, look at this. Look at this toxic chat. I think it's gonna be gone soon. I think it's gonna be gone soon. Come on, John. Yeah, honestly, I think it is better just to wait. Like that's a big one, but also my opponent John just has to like hold up something the whole time. Look, we went 3-2, but I think that was a pretty fantastic league. I had a lot of fun, and that is exactly why I play, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Decklist overall was pretty sweet. I really enjoyed coming back to Rainbow Depths. I can't believe it. Yeah, no, this was sweet. I think the Boseijus are really nice in this deck, especially with the Sylvan Scryings to find them and put them into your hand. The Ley Lines and Surgicals, still a great mix-up between sort of Graveyard Hate, which is nice. I think if anything, it might be a case of looking at a version with main deck Sylvan Safekeepers over the Not of This Worlds, but it is quite nice that Not isn't hit by, you know, term like main deck Sword Splashes or I guess like Prismatic Endings or things like that, where you can try to make them a little less online by playing in your opponent's end step, of course. But no, John, that was hilarious. I think like there's probably a good case to just not make the token and just keep the Hexmage down, because Dead Gone's definitely a card, but the other thing is like turn 1 Ensnaring Bridge. At least then we would still have the Hexmage to go about things and start attacking. But yeah, Moon's always going to be tough, but there's definitely some nice ways for Depths decks to kind of get your opponent with things like Crop after floating mana, allow like Moon to resolve and then go get Dark Depths and then like blow up the Moon, which to be fair in match 1 we played against Painter and we got to destroy Moon twice to get 2 free 2020s, which is really cool. But yeah, I hope you go well for the rest of your league for sure. Yeah, because I was trying to think if there was anything that you could do to stop the combo in your turn if I did give you a turn. I don't think there is. I think it's more just having removal open, and by not making the token, it kind of makes you just have to hold up removal for it while the Hexmage is just getting in. So I think, yeah, if I could replay that, I'll probably just play the Hexmage, play the Dark Depths, and then just pass. I think I kind of like tunnel visioned into just like making a turn 1 Depths, so we'll see there. But yeah, Depths was really fun to play. Really enjoyed it, and I'd love to see Tom come back and try some things out with it, because I think it is a pretty sweet deck. It can just get people as well, especially while a lot of people are more so probably thinking of green, white, and Naya Depths when they see Dark Depths. So yeah, definitely some things to think about. But it is 2:45. I'm gonna go to bed. But before then, we are gonna see who else is streaming. A huge thank you to the Maverick Joe for all the gifted subs. To all those new subs as well, a huge thank you. If you guys want to find me on YouTube, you can find me here. Want to find me on Twitter, you can find me here. I'm pretty close to getting to 3K followers on Twitch, which is really cool. So if you do like this content, definitely consider following, which is free. But I can see that Tony Scaponi is playing some Legacy, which is really cool. So I'm going to send you guys over there. But until then, all the best. A big thank you. And yeah, stay safe, take care, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.